The next uses the main use in the fabrication of concrete and mortars. Now modern uses. First, buildings. In building construction there are so many uses of cement. In that, first one, construction of the floors, that is slab construction work. Then construction of beams, construction of columns, roofing, construction of various types of the piles, construction of the bricks, mortar casting, then construction of the various types of the panels, and for plastering work. Then next, in the transportation sector, cement is used for the construction of roadways, construction of the pathways, crossing construction works, then construction of the bridges, construction of viaducts, and various types of the aqueducts, then tunnel construction works, and also used in the parking construction. Then third, water. Cement is also used for the construction of various types of the water pipelines, then various types of the drainage works. It is also used in the construction of the canals, construction of the dams, weirs, barrages, as well as construction of the tanks. Then apart from this, some other civil works are required the cement for construction of the piers, construction of the abutments, docks and harbor construction work, construction of the retaining walls, then construction of the various types of the silos for industrial areas, then construction of the warehouses, construction of the poles and fencing construction. Cement is also used in the agricultural field for construction of buildings, construction of the various types of the processing units, construction of the housing, and also construction of the irrigation bodies. The next, the raw materials for manufacturing of Portland cement. As far as the manufacturing of cement is concerned, it requires two types of the raw materials. In that, first one is the calcareous materials. It contains high percentage of calcium contents like limestone and chalk. And second one is the argillaceous material. It contains high percentage of alumina, that is shale and clay. So these are the two raw materials are generally used for manufacturing of cement. Now, exact process of manufacturing of cement. The process of manufacturing of cement consists of first, grinding of raw materials. Then second step, mixing them intimately in certain proportion depending on their purity and composition. Then third step, burning them in a kiln at temperatures of about 1300 to 1500 degrees Celsius, at which the material sinters down and partially fuses to form the nodules, that is called as the clinkers. And last, cooling of clinkers and grinding to a fine powder with addition of 3 to 5% of the gypsum. Now there are two processes of manufacturing of cement. In that, first one is wet process and second one is dry process. They are so called depends upon whether mixing and grinding of raw materials is done in wet or dry conditions. Generally, what is the difference between wet process and dry process? In wet process, around 35 to 50% of the water is used for manufacturing of cement, and in dry process only 12% of the water by weight of raw material is used for the dry manufacturing process. This is the difference between wet process and dry process. In India, most of the cement factories uses the wet process, though factories employing dry process have been commissioned by the government of India. The dry process requires much less fuel as the materials are already in the dry state, whereas in the wet process, the slurry contains about 35 to 50% of water, and for drying this particular water from slurry, we thus require more fuel in wet process. In India, most of the cement factories use the wet process, but recently a number of factories have been commissioned to employ the dry process method. Within the next few years, most of the cement factories will adopt dry process system for the manufacturing of cement. You can simply understand this wet process of manufacturing of Portland cement by this flow chart. Here you can see in this flow chart, firstly, the calcareous material, that is limestone, and argillaceous material, that is clay, is firstly stored in the storage silos. Here you can see these are the storage silos. This material is stored in the storage silos, that is dry storage silos. After that, this particular raw material is fed into the wet grinding mills, where water is added into this raw material and finally slurry is formed. After formation of the slurry, this slurry is blended to the correct composition. This slurry is blended to the correct composition, and after that this correct composition slurry is stored in the storage silos. Then after that, the particular this corrected slurry is fed to the rotary kiln. Along with this particular slurry, the powdered coal, oil or gas is introduced into the rotary kiln. Then after that, this slurry is converted into the small pellets, because when we fed this slurry into the rotary kiln, due to the highest temperature into the rotary kiln, this particular slurry which dries up. That means moisture present into the particular slurry will get reduced, and this slurry is converted into small pellets. After that, these pellets are transferred from drying zone to burning zone, and these particular pellets are converted into the small clinkers. After that, formation of the clinker, these clinkers are fed into the cooling basins, where these clinkers are cooled down, and after cooling of clinkers, these clinkers are fed again into the grinding mill, along with 2 to 3% of gypsum is added in it, and after that finally these clinkers and gypsum, 2 to 3% gypsum, is finely grounded, and after that finally byproduct, that is cement, is produced. After production of cement, this particular cement is stored in the cement silos, and after that this cement is packed in small bags, and finally these cement bags are shipped for the market.